Hi guys, this is an all-new episode of Tonight Show at Home edition. My name is Jimmy Fallon. Welcome, and I hope everyone is doing the best they can. Today, it is Thursday, and we have Jennifer Garner on the show tonight. Very excited to talk to her and talk about her charity and what she's doing to help right now. She's the best. Speaking of ways of things to help, if you guys know any the elderly, any older people that may need help, please call them, check on them, see if they need anything, deliver them food if you leave it outside their door, whatever they need. Help an old person, not an old, help an old person. Yeah, help an elderly person, yeah. Okay. All right, speaking of help, I'm going to start the show with a monologue, and I actually thought of something that might help my jokes land better. And here he is, Jimmy Fallon! Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Welcome to the Tonight Show at Home edition. Guys, it's our third show from my house and things are getting crazy. Today my kids joined SAG and asked for their own trailers. Of course, we're doing the show from here because of the pandemic, also because I'm on house arrest for stealing a jet ski. That's right, it's day 7 of being quarantined, and you'll know I'm off my quarantine diet when I can no longer fit down the slide. It's a callback. It's a call from the other show. Listen to this. Everyone should have a slide. I read that Emergency, you know, the drink powder, they're telling people to not mix their product with booze to make quarantinis. They were like, if you want a quarantini, that's NyQuil, DayQuil, and a splash of Tide Pod. Just a message to everyone at home, do not drink a Tide Pod or mix that mix. Do not try this at home. That was a joke. Back to the monologue. That's right, Emergency is warning people not to mix their product with alcohol. Instead, they're recommending people do the responsible thing, chop it up into lines and snort it. But here's some good news. Today is the first day of spring. Oh, yay? Oh. Yay! Today's the first day of spring. Yay! Now Americans get to play a fun game, allergies or coronavirus. Isn't that fun? I saw that there is now a way people can virtually watch Netflix with their friends. So if you couldn't decide what show to watch, maybe adding 4 other people will help. Hey, this is interesting. People are now watching YouTube videos to take virtual rides of Disney attractions. It's pretty realistic, actually. Before you watch it, they still make you wait 3.5 hours. It's actually very realistic because after you watch the, sorry, it's all wet. It's actually very realistic because after you watch the ride video, Disney sends you a bill for $120. And finally, the federal government has pushed back a tax deadline by 90 days. I think that's a good idea because, trust me, once I run out of toilet paper, the next thing I'm grabbing is a stack of 1040s. You guys have been great. That's our monologue. All right, thank you very much. Guys, now we're going to do a bit on our show called Hashtags. And this is a bit that requires your help as well. So thank you so much. I asked you to use the hashtag My Quarantine in 6 words. And that was my example. I did, fine, you can paint daddy's nails. That was my example. My quarantine in 6 words. Well, I was happy to say it was worldwide trending, and it was trending in the U.S. I think number 2, so that's pretty great. So thank you so much for playing the game and letting it trend. That's so cool, and I'm so happy that the world watches our things. So now let's get to hashtags. Here is the first one. This is hashtag My Quarantine in 6 words. Millennial said, day 1, ate all the snacks. That is so true. We did the same thing too. Just gone. Ice cream sandwiches. This is from @Emily Tweets. Longest day of my life every day. That's good. This is from Rick Rika Chobi. He says, yes, Netflix, I am still watching. Don't even ask at this point, Netflix. Get off my back. Get off my back. Get off my back. This one's from Steph Merritt, 88. Flattening the curve, fattening my curves. That's a good one. Let me see this one. Yep. That was the one. That was the one. That was the one. That was the one. This one's from Torlumis 9. She said, expelled my kid from homeschool. Well, I think that's pretty common right now. That's a good one. This one's from Muna Naubit 1. She said, very close to befriending a volleyball. My quarantine in 6 words. This one's from Mike T. Barrett. It says, Funyuns for dinner. Okay, breakfast too. Oh, this one's from Gum Gummerson. We love Gum Gummerson. Always sends us things. Thank you, Gum. Gum Gummerson says, toilet paper is our god now. I should say thank you to my camera operator, my wife, Nancy. Thank you, Nancy, for being there and not laughing. Not one joke. All right, here we go. That was the one. That was the one. This one's from Ryan Labarge. He says, is 7 Hot Pockets too many? The answer is no. 7 Hot Pockets is not too many. This one's from Susan Pickover. Says, this ends in divorce or murder. Oh, come on now. Come on now. That's very funny. This one's from El Capitan Saucy. Oh, this is great. It says, is upstairs neighbor a tap dancer? We had a neighbor upstairs in Brooklyn that would chop pills every morning. And here's our last one here for hashtag. It says, there's not enough wine for this. How true. That's our hashtags, everybody. Thank you very much for sending them in. Guys, I had the pleasure of talking to the great Jennifer Garner. She's an awesome actor, and her and her fellow actor teamed up, Amy Adams teamed up, and they did some amazing stuff. So let's talk to Jennifer right now. Jennifer Garner, you're awesome. Thank you so much for being a guest on our show. I just want to start off by saying I hope you're safe and everything's okay as far as these things are concerned. I know it's crazy times, but you were the first person to call to action after this. You know, we self-quarantined, I think, 7 days ago. And over the weekend, I'm trying to think of what am I going to do? How can I do something to help everybody? And I got a message from you and Amy Adams. How did you get hooked up with Amy, and then explain really what the charity is? Because I loved it.
Well, you're the coolest. You're the first to jump on, you and Reese. And, you know, if Reese is on something, it's like, oh, forget it. It's a movement. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. But having you made all the difference. Amy called me Friday night and she said, I want to do something to help feed kids who are stranded with school closures. Because, you know, between 25 and 30 million kids in the United States rely on school for food. And free and reduced lunches, breakfast, backpack programs. I was just in a school in Kentucky a couple of weeks ago with Save the Children, where they open their lunch at the end of the school day and kids take home cartons of food. So what's happening with those families as well as kids in urban settings? And I said, okay, if you really want to do this, I can, let's do it. I mean, let's do it. But it's been kind of nonstop since then and really great. It's great to have a purpose right now.
It's a lot of work, though. I mean, to pull something like this off, and you really did a great job. I tell everyone the website is savethechildren.org/save-with-stories.
Yes.
And we'll put a Chiron out there. So it's savethechildren.org/save-with-stories. And you have a bunch of friends and people helping out reading books to kids.
people I have never met before. Our community is just so generous. And so just, how can I help? What can I do? And we are getting rights to books. So thank you for loaning us yours, and getting
I
them
would read
to,
other ones too. You let me know. I'm down.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh, would you really? Oh yeah,
Without a
please.
doubt.
Would you read Everything is Mama? I love that book so much.
That's, in 2 seconds. I will do it right now. I cannot wait to do that.
Great. Okay,
I love it. You love it. How are your kids? How are your kids dealing with everything?
I think I have the perfect age kids for this, because they're big enough to understand and to have the conversations like, we're built for challenge. We can do this. We're a tough team. Let's learn about a vacuum cleaner. And then, but they're not so big that they're just like, well, I don't care. I'm going to go. You know, the hard thing are teens and early 20s people, and my parents are the hard ones. I'm like, Dad, Mom, the world is shut down to keep you guys safe. And they're like, we think we're going to go to Sam's Warehouse. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Stay here. Stay home.
Stay home. You have to stay home.
God, you've got to get an Amazon account, and they'll send you stuff. I love it. Everyone's been going to Amazon, and now all of a sudden we have to stay in, and everyone wants to go out and buy stuff. I'm like, oh,
I know.
It's just kind of wild. There's, you know, if you watch the news and all that stuff, it's kind of, you know, it's a downer sometimes. And you know, I know it's a serious thing, but when you get to just kind of turn the TV off and just hang out with your family and do something, or just appreciate where you are and that you're all together, it's kind of something cool about that.
I mean, I have food, I have shelter, my kids have online school, so they are engaged in different ways. We've been doing like a family Skype with my sisters and parents at night, or Zoom, so I have nothing to complain about or worry about. And so it's actually been totally fine for me. We have a job to do. We're doing it. We're staying home. We're flattening that curve.
I follow you on Instagram and all your socials, and I do love following you. I love your cooking shows that you do. What made you want to do that? I mean, are you just a chef? Or what?
No, I'm not. I'm so far from a chef, but I learned to cook by watching people cook. I've always been a huge Ina Garten fan, Barefoot Contessa. And before that, Martha Stewart, and I still love Martha Stewart, but I love, you know, I'm just a cooking show junkie. So I just
Did you like, my grandma used to read me, like, she gave me like a cookbook when I was a kid, and I used to just spend hours just looking at the pages and just staring. And I would go over and hang out with my grandma all the time and just look at a cookbook. And even if I didn't even cook it, I'm like, that looks good. You know, I took a look at the recipes. And so I always kind of liked it, I think, from my grandmother.
Yeah, I do too. I always have a cookbook by my bed at night. It's like what I read to fall asleep.
That's the best.
But yesterday we had, my kids wanted hamburger buns. And we had turkey meat. They wanted turkey burgers, whatever. And so I just looked it up and made them, and they were happy, and I felt like, woo!
You made hamburger buns?
It's not that hard. It's just a roll.
Really?
You can do it. You guys can do it.
All right, I'm going to do it, and I'll get back to you, and I'll find you, and I'll do them.
Okay.
The other thing I wanted to say is the hashtag Jen Look at Me.
Hashtag
awesome.
Jen Look at Me.
Yeah, there's a whole thing going on. Hashtag Jen Look at Me. How did you come up with that? And are you happy with what you saw?
I mean, because you really think about it, and who is this impacting? Who's having to give up the most to stay inside? And it's performers, and it's kids who don't understand, who are stuck at home, who've worked really hard. Like, maybe think about when we drop out of the Olympics and those athletes, it's just like, well, too bad. But for kids who are about to do Frozen, or who are about to do, I don't know, Haven, or it's a really big deal. And high school seniors, and they're just college seniors who just the rest of their senior year is canceled. So any way we can lighten things for them. And it's so fun for me to watch at the end of the day. It's really fun.
I thought maybe we could end this interview by doing a little thing from Jen Look at Me. You used to play in high school, right?
Oh my gosh.
There's got to be something. Is there something lying around the house? What did you play again? Was it was it a horn?
Do you mean Sally the Sexy Saxophone, E flat alto in 5th grade?
Wow, calling it out. What do you? This is gonna be so fun. What do you think we could play? Can we? Because I have my guitar.
First of all, I cannot believe you had Lin-Manuel yesterday doing singing Dear Theodosia, by the way. I mean, come on.
Isn't he unbelievable, right? He's amazing.
Unbelievable.
But this is going to be fun. I don't think anyone's really seen Jennifer Garner play the saxophone, and this is going to be super exciting.
I played on the Donnie and Marie show 20 plus years ago, but I don't know.
Really? That's fantastic. I love Donnie and Marie.
Love Donnie and Marie.
Yeah,
a little bit country, a little bit rock and roll. Okay. All right, you ready?
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. I'm getting an intruder. Yes?
Daddy, how do I change my character?
You gotta give me 5 minutes, okay, bud? And I'll be right in there. Okay. All right, wait.
All wanted to come in, and I was just like, don't you have online school? Bye.
Exactly. Just like go, run. How about, should we do Happy Birthday? Can you do that or no?
The hand washing song?
Yes, we should do a hand washing song. I think I'm going to let you solo on this.
I mean, no.
I'll do percussion.
Sing? Will you sing?
Yes. For you, I will do anything. Yes, of course.
A 1, a 2, a 1.
Wait, do I sing the lyrics to Happy Birthday?
You can sing whatever you want.
Okay, I'll switch it up a little bit. Here we go.
Switch it up. I can't sing and play at the same time.
Yeah, that's the next episode.
All right.
Here we go. Happy birthday, wash your hands. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Wash your hands and don't touch your face. Yes! Come on!
Hey!
The greatest! Jennifer Garner, you're awesome. Guys, go to the website, savethechildren.org/save-with-stories. There's another thing you can do. What's the other thing you can do?
Okay, you can also text the word SAVE to 20222 for a one-time $10 donation.
Come on, how easy is that? Do it right now, guys. Get your phones out. Phones are probably already out. Just do it, guys. Text SAVE. Let's do it. You're the best, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
I love everything you're doing. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Jennifer Garner. Hey, guys, I bought a tent for my daughters to play in the yard with. Someone on Twitter told me that was a fun thing that their kids did. So I don't camp. I'm not a camper. I've read magazines. It looks like fun. And I really did my research and got a pretty decent tent, I think, and it arrived today from Amazon. And so let's go watch me pitch a tent. Okay, I'm about to attempt to put together a tent. I did a lot of research. I went to a lot of tent websites, tent blogs, tent talks, and I think I found the right one, which is the Coleman Elite with, I don't know if that's the name of it. I'm not a camper at all. I was born in Brooklyn, New York. My parents are from Brooklyn. They don't know how to camp, or they would never go outside at nighttime. But I'm gonna try to put this up for my kids. I think I got too big of a tent. This is like 100 pounds. So I'm imagining myself if I was camping, what I would have with me, and that's a knife. Look at this knife. It's unbelievable, right? It's a scary knife. Oh, no. Even though the box says do not cut, how else am I gonna open this thing? I mean, please. Ooh, I did cut into something. 20-minute setup, that's nothing, I can do that. If it's that, I mean, I have a family of 4, but I figure we can make rooms. Look at how he's all exhausted, that kid. Dad's like, get up ahead. 20 minutes? Wish me luck. Find the zipper on this. Oh, you're kidding me. Another box? I gotta cut this one open too. 20 minutes, wait. There's another bag. This is like a little bag, probably for people to hold beers when they're putting this together. This is 20 minutes. 20 minutes, can I do this in 20 minutes? All right, let's start the clock now, here we go. 3 bags, kind of 4 bags. Very possible, I can do this, very possible. All right, so I saw the instructions here, but also back, I was looking at how to do it. It's in Spanish. And so I feel like that's a problem. I'm gonna have to call Lynn back. but then I saw there's one in English. Here we go. All right, layout of tent looks pretty good. And now I'm gonna put stakes in the position of where I want this to go. But I don't have a hammer, so I'm going to use the end of the knife. Oh, I should get a hammer, right? Gosh. I have a hammer here. I got this from my wife years ago. She's very crafty, but I don't forget who makes it, but it says Hardcore Hammers on top. I don't think that's where I went. In fact, don't Google hardcore hammering. Okay, so I got all the stakes into the ground, and I didn't even have to use the hammer. I just used my hands. But I will use that knife for some good steaks. We're over at the chop house. Like a steak, please. I'll have it medium because it's very rare when it's well done here. Gosh, rare when it's well done. Oh God. What do you guys think? Good position?
Great position.
What do you think? You excited?
Can I open this box up?
Sure. All right, so I've been here for probably an hour and a half now, and that's what I have so far. No clue what I did wrong. Okay, but I'm gonna keep trying. I think I did it. That's as good as I'm gonna get. I'm out of breath. I'm out of breath doing that, and I gotta clean all that up. All right, back to you, and I don't even know if this is usable. I think it's gonna rain once, and that's the end of this thing. Thank you again. Please check out the website, savethechildren.org/savewithstories. And if you're on the YouTube account, please hit the donate button right there, and it'll be great. It'll change a lot of people's lives. I want to thank you so much again for watching. Thank you to Jennifer Garner for being my guest. Thank you to my tent, which will probably fall down and blow in the wind. And thank you to Franny for doing the logo for my show, and also for playing a little musical accompaniment. Guys, wash your hands, don't touch your face, stay safe. Goodbye, everybody. Whoa!
On and on and on. I said, and it's on and on and on.